Okay, hello and welcome to a cooking segment of the Soul Bilbo Show here on the Soul Bilbo Network. I've been away from home for a couple of days, eating on the road. Been recording the footage that you saw of the rear view ghost that I downloaded for you to enjoy. Be sure to check that out. It's also on the page. But anyway, everything I've ate has came from a Burger King or a Dairy Queen, and I'm a rebel. I don't like to be served. So most of my eating comes from home, so I know how to cook. So, I expect that you do some. So you recognize that I'm just chopping an onion right here. I've got the stove warming up right now. Fixing to put the skillet onto the hot stove on high heat. I'm going to add my chopped onion into a dry skillet, and that allows it to brown off. It's a no-stick skillet, so you don't really need a bunch of butter anyway, but I do use butter. That helps the chicken here in a little bit to keep from sticking. I hear in the background my onions frying off pretty good because my stove was really hot as I was getting to prepare the video, so I need to get rolling with the butter. So I'm going to go ahead and add the butter right now. And then you just mix it around, and then anyway, as your onions are browning up, you want to slice and chop your chicken. And what you're doing is you're putting together a sauce to go on a pre-made pizza crust. You can also do it on a tortilla, but we're going to be making a chicken hummus pizza. So slice the chicken up kind of fine. I like mine a little coarse because I like to have some heavy chunks of chicken on my pizza. So then you want to add it over to your onion, and you're just going to brown the chicken off. The chicken cooks pretty fast. I stir the skillet every time I add something, so you'll see me stir a whole lot. Now we're going to salt to taste, and that's really the only seasoning. The rest of our seasoning is going to come from what we add that's already made. We're going to use hot sauce. You can use whatever kind that you like. I do chop some ginger to add a little spice to it also. I chop it pretty coarse, and you'll see me also doing a little bit of chopping because I had to chop some stuff up. Okay, here we are back at the skillet stirring. I've chopped the ginger pretty coarsely and added it in. It doesn't really have to cook because we're also going to be cooking this into the oven, and I like the ginger where it still has a snap to it. Right now I'm adding the other seasoning agent that I said we had, just a couple of different kinds of hot sauce. A pretty good bit of it because it's the main flavor. And then also, we're going to add some chili paste that I got at the store made from fresh chilies. You'll see me go over to the bag here in just a moment after it, along with a few other goodies that I have in the bag. We have some hummus that I got at the store. Here I'm adding just a pinch of sugar. That kind of balances the flavor from the vinegar and the hot sauce. And then that way it doesn't make it sweet, it just balances the flavor. It's something you should do. So now what I'm going to do is add some of the chili paste that I was telling you I bought at the store. A lot of chili paste. Then you want to stir that in. Again with the stirring, stir every time you add something. That way it gets mixed around on each piece of chicken and the flavor's more balanced as you're eating your meal. And we're cooking it fast, so you really do need to stir. This is kind of like a stir-fry sauce. So now I'm reducing the heat because it's pretty much done. And since we're going to be spreading this on a pizza crust, you're going to be using the hummus to kind of start cooling it down. And you'll see here that I'm adding some garlic. I waited until I turned the heat down Easiest way to get your garlic out of the skin is to smash it with your fist, and then after you do that, you want to smash the garlic with your knife. Now I'm turning the heat down because, again, I don't want to scorch my garlic. And that's the easiest way to get the garlic out of the skin. Just lay the knife on it, smash it, cut the root off, and then you just chop it up. And I'm going to do about 4 or 5 cloves. Again, you'll see me do some more chopping. We'll condense some of it together so you don't have to watch it all, but maybe you enjoy it. I enjoy garlic. Garlic. Put as much garlic as you want. You can't have too much. It could be a garlic and chicken pizza or a chicken and garlic pizza. It's very versatile. So now I cut the heat down and I'm going to get the hummus. You can use whatever kind of hummus you want. It doesn't matter. I used a roasted tomato hummus here. You're going to use about half the package. You'll see me put almost half in, and then I stir to check the consistency of my sauce, because again, we're making a sauce to go on top of a pizza. And then I didn't think it was spicy enough, so I added some more chili flakes, because in a little bit I'm going to add some sour cream, and what the sour cream does is it cools all the spiciness down and it balances the flavors, so even a girl can eat it and not know it's so spicy. So we stir the hummus in, and then we're going to turn the heat down because we want it to start cooling a little bit so that we can get it on top of the pizza. And also, you don't want it too hot when you add your sour cream. So after I stirred it, I decided that it needed to be a little more thicker to its consistency and it wouldn't spread good on the pizza. So I added just a little more. Then we get it stirred in, stir, stir, stir. And then what I'll do is I'll just totally cut the heat off before I add the sour cream. And that way the sour cream won't break in the sauce and it won't get lumpy. You know, and if you don't want it to be lumpy or grainy, just leave the heat on high and go ahead and add your sour cream, and then it'll get kind of messy. But if you don't want it to be messy, turn the heat off and then stir in your sour cream. And right now I'm turning the oven on so it can preheat to 550 degrees, because I'm going to go ahead and immediately put my pizza together, because I said I was on the road for 2 days. And it is now about 4 p.m. on Sunday, and I haven't eaten since 6 p.m. on Saturday night at Burger King in Cleveland, Tennessee. So I'm hungry. So the whole thing takes me about 30 minutes, but it's well worth it, because it took me about 30 minutes to drive down to Burger King, get a stinking burger, and then eat it. So anyway, I enjoy this much better. So I'm adding just a little more salt. I tasted it just to check the flavor, and that's what you should do when you finish up. Just give it a taste, because it's real good like it is. It's a versatile sauce. You can use it to make burritos with. I only use about half of it, and I saved the other half, so that's what I'll have for lunch tomorrow, will be a burrito. You just wrap it in a tortilla with a piece of cheese, put it in the microwave for 1 minute, and you have lunch. Right now, pretty standard, greasing up the pan. And then I use a paper towel to spread it around. You can use your fingers or whatever you want to. Cook and spray, it just needs to be greased so that your crust doesn't stick. And again, you can also use a tortilla on the pizza if you want. Just have to have crust. This is what I'm using. Same thing I used on the barbecue pizza. It's a flat crust I get down the road at our local grocery store. Thin crust. So I'm going to let you watch as I put it together. And basically what you're going to do is spread the sauce that you just prepared on top of the crust. Then you'll put some cilantro on top of it, and then you'll cover it all with cheese. And you'll notice that I use a bag and a half of cheese. You must use a lot of cheese. It's important. That's what makes it good. So anyway, enjoy as I put it together, and I'll talk to you again when we take it out before I eat it. You just want to be sure to spread it evenly over your crust. And when you add your cheese, be sure that you cover past the edge with cheese, because when you bake it, you want it to have a cheese crust. Now you'll see me with the cilantro here. I use fresh cilantro. I never use dried herbs for cooking. Don't want to miss that piece. It's good cilantro. It's the best piece in the bunch. So just coat the top with cilantro. I like a whole lot of cilantro, so it takes a little bit to pick it all off with your fingers. You can do however you want to. I'm in no real big hurry. It's still a pretty quick meal, because it's only going to take it about 4 or 5 minutes in the oven when I put it in the hot oven, because you've cooked everything first, so you're only wanting to melt and brown your cheese. All right, here we go with the cheese. As I mentioned earlier, 1.5 bags. You can even put 2 bags on if you want, maybe 3 bags, but for sure you want at least a whole bag or more. And it's most important when you put the cheese on that you totally cover past the edges with the cheese, because that is one of the best parts of this pizza, is the fried cheese around the edge. And when you cook it, that's what you're going to watch for, is for that edge to turn real golden brown, dark brown, not black, but dark brown at the edge. And it'll get bubbly, and then you take it out, and you'll be bubbly when you eat it. Cheese. Lots and lots of cheese. Then I just push it all in, because the little loose pieces, they'll get really burnt up, so you bring it all together so that it kind of keeps itself from just totally burning up, because you don't want it to be scorched, because scorched doesn't really taste good. You want it very brown. Then I add just a little more cilantro, because I like cilantro. And it helps it be a little more pretty. I like pretty also. Cilantro. Okay, so just a little more chili paste in case I didn't get enough. I gave myself a little bite there in the middle. Looks like Christmas pizza, doesn't it? All right, so there you go. Chicken hummus pizza. Soul Bilbo style. You see the oven didn't quite get hot, but that's okay. It don't take but just a moment, and then it is browned off. And then you just take it out. You see, I saved that other portion that I didn't use because I said before that it's a very versatile sauce, so I'll use that tomorrow. I'll wrap it in a tortilla and I'll have a burrito for lunch. Just put a little piece of cheese in there with it in the microwave for 1 minute. Yum yum. Chicken hummus pizza. Thanks for watching.